I'm Austin, and this is Dungeons and Dracon Beams.
Previously on Dungeons and Dracon Beams.
So, I guess I kind of kicked this fight off as Kombucha. Mytaya had given me one of those crystals, and I hopped over this wall, and then the stage was no more. Or at least, like, it was on the way to being no more. Not to say, like, it was easy. I mean, I got shot. Like, I took a bullet right in the shoulder, like, immediately. But anyway, so, like, then I got on this roof, and I grabbed some sandbags, and then, like, I used them as, like, nunchucks, and I knocked some dudes out, and they had, you know, like, military-grade artillery, because they're military. So then, you know, I'm like John Wick in that scene where, like, he's in the catacombs, and I'm doing that whole shootout thing, and then, I mean, there is these controllers, and it kind of, like, I stopped them from turning me into Swiss cheese. Then, I saw it. The coolest possible thing. A motorcycle. And it wasn't easy to get the keys, but, you know, kombucha can be pretty convincing. And it was all worth it, because then you had an ape on a motorcycle shooting an M16. I mean, I didn't, like, hit a lot of things, but it looked really cool, though. So anyway, then I'm, like, doing a wheelie over to the warehouse, and then that was awesome. And then, except then I saw the African elephant go from a full charge to crashing to the ground. But it's fine, because I've known Savannah for, like, a long time, and I knew exactly what to do, which was to annoy her back to consciousness. The world is waking outside my window.
That's
Bella Ciao, Bella. Okay.
It was my charge through the warehouse that had gone wrong. I had half expected it to. The plan was reckless at best. My morph is an extremely large target, an elephant. And I cannot deny the absolute power as I charged through the fences and then the buildings. I smashed through the first generator like it was nothing more than a cardboard box, and I continued to charge, with Aximili nimbly following at my flank. I continued on my path, trampling over a taxon below my giant flat elephant feet and watching it explode like a tube of toothpaste all over the floor. A human wearing armor got in front of me and I hurtled a piece of generator their way. I was able to grab their Dracon Beam and toss it to Aximili, who was able to take out the Hork-Bajir and continue to defend us. But as I charged through the station and to the second generator, I was hit. Not with sizzling Dracon Beams that feel like fire tearing across your flesh, but with a good old human slug. It felt like getting hit with a baseball bat, and my legs crumpled below my massive body. The next thing I remember is Zach singing, his horrible, horrible singing. And as I used my mass to crumple the second generator, I started to demorph out of my wrecked elephant body.
I had a bomb. A real bomb. I can't believe it. Like, that's not something that you ever really expect to see, you know? Like, in a cartoon, sure, but not in my hand. Well, not my hand. A big, leathery, black gorilla hand. I tossed it into the gray, reflective, sludgy water below me, and it reverberated. As people filed out of the underground cavern, I got behind Kamren and waited. And waited. It didn't seem like the platform was going to come down at all for a bit, but then with a metallic whine, it started to move. Mytaya was sneaking up to the console and got herself in place, and I just kept looking at her bombs that Kamren had placed above our entrance into the massive room in front of us, and the crystals just glinting from the small bag Mytaya was dragging with her. They looked so harmless. The crystals even looked pretty. And one of the bombs still had the Roku logo partially visible. I thought my life was weird before? Max's thoughts speak immediately banished any other thoughts, though. Savannah was down. Kamren and I were running before we even had time to process it. That platform coming towards me, the ship, the target on top, and I crouched with my powerful gorilla legs and pushed, the massive forearms easily grabbing onto the platform, pulling the green/Hork-Bajir off, and swinging my body up almost effortlessly. There was one lone guy left up there who was just about to attack, and I knocked him out. Definitely just knocked him out. He's going to be totally fine. Just a short nap. Yeah. I was looking at his human body, so fragile compared to me, when I felt, more than I heard, a crackle of energy that made my hair stand on end. And when I looked up, I saw Kamren through a warped lens, like looking through a slightly dirty window. I was trapped in here, alone. And that's where we are now.
My name's Kamren.
My name is Zach.
My name is Savannah.
My name is Aximili Estil.
My name is Dylan.
What's worse than homework, parents, and acne?
Betrayal.
War.
Murder.
Brussels sprouts.
Doing it all while trying to stop an alien invasion.
Duh.
Aliens that crawl into your ear and take over your brain.
Mimicking your every thought. Reliving all your memories.
Living life as you would. Flawlessly deceiving your friends, your family, pretending to be you.
I'd rather die.
Stay on script.
What's even worse?
Mr. Statoric.
The only thing that stands in the way of complete takeover of all humanity is 4 teenagers and an Andalite.
I am the Andalite.
Yeah, you're the Andalite.
We also have the ability to morph.
It's amazing.
An Andalite technology.
Stay on script. The ability to...
Right. The ability to turn into any animal we can touch.
Lions.
Tigers.
Orangutans.
We must be extremely cautious. We can't trust anyone, thanks to my...
Kamren.
Okay, you read it then.
Fine. We can't trust anyone. Controller or not.
We have seen what happens when we are too trusting.
So now, there's only us.
Only us.
Only us.
Only us.
Because anyone could be compromised. Anyone at all, can be a controller.
Yeah, dude. Even you.
Dylan, this shield spreads out above you, encloses you into this area. The Hork-Bajir who you knocked off the platform, you can see, is slowly starting to stand back up, and he looks up towards you. You hear thought speak from Mytaya. Dylan is trapped in the blast shield, Kamren. I am not sure if I can access the controls from here. I will begin to look now. No, Kamren responds. Get the doors locked down first. If there are any more controllers down here and they get in here with us, then it's game over. We have to shut them out first, then bring that thing down. Hold tight, Dylan.
Can't do. And then she's going to start to climb on top of the ship.
And as you climb up, we will go back into initiative. At the top of the round is Aximili. So back up top, Aximili squares off with a red sashed Hork-Bajir in front of him. And he's gonna attack, but as he does, he says, Prince Savannah, I will cover you. Zach, are you close?
I'm close to Van, yeah.
I am not far from her. We must ensure our prince's safety before we can do anything else.
Of course.
And Aximili will swing his tail blade over his head at this Hork-Bajir in front of him and miss. And then he scurries around to the other side and takes another attack with a critical hit, natural 20. Taking the Hork-Bajir out with just enough. And then with the rest of his movement, he'll move towards Savannah. And Savannah, you're up.
Are we able to hear the thought speak? Mytaya, Kamren, and Dylan are all...
Yes, but it is very faint. You heard enough to get the gist of the message. Maybe like the ends of a few words cut out.
Okay, but we know that Dylan is trapped down there.
Yeah, Mytaya did say she was trapped under a blast shield.
She sure did. And then with the platform in front of us, like where the ship is going and everything, is that the floor is still open or like...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think at that point, Savannah will continue her demorph. I think she's going to try to push it and say, okay, Aximili, if you're going to cover me, then you can stay with me. But Zach, we got to try to get down there. We got to try to get Dylan out from under that blast shield while Mytaya is shutting the doors.
Got it. I'll head down there.
I know that we as players know that that's where they hit the button to do the blast shield. Was there any dialogue that would let us up top know, or only the kids down there?
I don't think so. I think the only one that saw it was Dylan.
Okay, then Savannah won't give Zach any additional direction other than get down there and get Dylan out.
And what else are you doing?
She is going to try to push her demorph, and specifically try to push size before any other features.
All right, roll it up. Concentration check. Yep. Yeah, describe this part of your morph.
Okay, she, the thing that she is concentrating on most, more than any other feature in her human body when she is picturing herself in her mind's eye to demorph, it is small, it is size. It is the times that Kamren has reached over her head to grab something, or the times that she's been talking to Dylan about how tall people are the worst. Like, it's everything is hyper-focused on, I am small, and I want to get as small as I can, as fast as I can.
And that happens. You shrink lower and lower as this confined space of this blown out generator that you're in demorphing just gets bigger and bigger because you're getting smaller.
Awesome.
Next up is the Hork-Bajir, and you all can see now because this whole platform with the ship up on it is gone, so you can see everywhere in this room. There are 2 Hork-Bajir left, and they're moving towards this side of the platform, this side of the area. So one is here, getting closer to Savannah, and one is down at the very south. The one at the bottom has about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 rounds before he gets to anywhere near Aximili and Savannah. But the one up top is next round. He'll be right beside Savannah as he's next to the generator right now. He just doesn't see her. Down low, we have some Hork-Bajir. So the one in front of Kamren is now moved in within range of his Dracon Beam. So he will fire at the Dracon Beam, which means Kamren has to make a dex save. He fails, so that's going to be full damage.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
you think I like that?
Stop. Yeah, I do.
Roll20s really fucking shows violence today.
It shows violence. It was like, hey, what if the GM crit on every roll and you guys kind of sucked?
What if you guys couldn't roll shit?
What if you guys didn't play? What if we just played flip a coin where every time the GM wins and every time you guys lose?
Roll20's like, yeah, yes, and this one again, motherfucker.
It's just trying to push improv further. That's the real agenda of Roll20.
That Hork-Bajir will also move closer because he want to get everybody in his blast. And he's done. Next up is the Taxon, and while they move, well, it'll be Kamren next. So Kamren is just going to go ahead and go now since he's down here with this thing, and he's going to attack it. He's going to move forward and attack. First attack. Hits. Oh, not minimum damage. That's okay. That's all right. Second attack. Hit. So he bites into this Hork-Bajir and pulls it down to its knees and then smacks it in the head with its claw. But let's see if it stays up. It does. It's still up. Zach, you can go ahead and go while the Taxons move closer towards Aximili and Savannah.
Can I see where the bug ship has gone down?
Yes. So you are inside that building. There are now no walls. You just see 4 generators in each corner. Yeah.
2 generators, because 2 generators and 2 smoldering wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
How far down from the ground level is the top of the bug fighters' blast shield?
As you're like moving in and you like look down, you can't get like an exact estimate. You know that the ground of the big area is 100 feet from the earth, like where you all are. So the blast shield looks maybe 30 to 40 feet is where the top of it is.
I'm going to rev this motorcycle and do that cool thing where the back wheel spins and I go and I turn it 90 degrees, so I'm facing, and then I'm popping a wheelie as I take off.
Okay, so to drive that good, do you have any like proficiency with any kind of vehicles or anything?
No, I was really hoping that acrobatics was going to get me there. Or maybe you could make an argument for skateboard, some sort of skateboard expertise and judging distance and how physics is going to work on absorbing fall and stuff like that.
It'll just be a dexterity check to drive it real good, and it's a very high DC.
Fine. 11 is probably not high enough.
You shoot off into this hole, down towards the blast shield.
I don't think I have any, I thought maybe I had a superiority die thing that I could add to checks, but I don't think I see one.
So I'll say right now you are in the air on this bike, plummeting towards this blast shield, and you know that it's not going good while you're in the air. So that was your movement.
Okay. What can I possibly do as an action? Can I acrobatics in some way as an action to make this better?
Right here in the middle, there is really nothing to grab onto.
I mean, I could grab the bike and maneuver it differently. Wile E. Coyote that bitch down.
Yeah, you can try to do that. I would think that would be maybe an athletics check. I
mean, the other option is me trying to shoot somebody in midair, which is stupid. So I don't need to do that. All right, I'm going to do everything I can to make this landing go well because I need to land on top of this.
You can also try to jump away from it and try to get to one of the sides or something, like the side walls or something like that.
Is there stuff to grab onto in the side walls? I assumed they were sheer metal.
It's rock.
Oh, rock.
And dirt and stuff like that.
Are there roots sticking out or anything?
Probably some. This thing looks like it was built pretty quick and it's not all the way finished yet. There's also a few wires and pipes that run through different places down here.
All right. So I have rocketed off the side of this shit. I am halfway down and I'm going to abandon bike. I push off the bike and I'm pushing it down with my feet into the blast shield. Maybe it'll blow up the blast shield or something. And I'm pushing off towards the nearest wall, aiming for just all four limbs to hit so I can scrabble and maybe grab a root with any of my hand-like appendages.
It'll be an athletics check.
Athletics, 18.
You shoot over to the wall and you see this root that you can grab, and you grab onto it and your bottom hands try to grip something and miss it. The root breaks and as you fall down with the wall, you grab onto a rock and manage to hang. So you are on the wall. You came in from the right side and jumped basically to the left.
So did I abandon back to the right, or did I make it all the way across? There's no way I made it all the way across.
Part of this wall is sticking out where this above this observatory is. That part extends up a little ways, and that's where you grabbed onto. You had 100 feet of movement with that bike. You're 10 feet above where these windows are.
That's a great spot.
The bike drops down, and Dylan, you look up and see the bike hit the blast shield, and it does not do anything to the blast shield. Just a little vroom, where it hits, and then it slides down onto the ground.
But to be clear, this is like a shitty bike, right? It's not a cool bike.
It's a military grade camo. It looks pretty cool.
Oh man.
It's not a Ducati.
Yeah, it's not a Ducati.
It's a Honda. Let's be honest.
It's a Honda. I was worried it was going to be a cafe racer or something from the 50s.
And Dylan, you're up.
I see all this happen, and I see Zach, and I'm like, dude, sick.
I know, right?
Hey, you. All right, if you can get down, just a little bit, those windows right below you, get in there. There's people in there. Be careful. But that's where they did this.
All right, no problem. Austin, I'm going to ask a question. The M16 that I had in my hand.
You would have to have dropped that to be able to land safely and use your hands.
Cool. So I only have the M16 that was strapped on my back.
Yes.
And then I'm going to keep traveling across this ship. I'm going to double move. I'm looking as I'm going to see if there's anything that looks like a panel that I could pry up. Anything that looks important.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Can doodly do. Yeah.
You look around and there are maintenance hatches that you could try to pull up and get into. As far as what's under them, you don't know yet. You'd have to pull them up to see.
All right.
At the end of your turn, you look back over and you see a clawed hand grab the bottom of this platform and then start to pull itself up as you see a bladed snake-like head look up and over as the Hork-Bajir double moves to get to the edge of the ship. And he looks up at you and just, Garfnash.
Garfnash yourself, buddy. Oh, I don't say that to him. But I say it like to the group in general.
The Red Shack Hork-Bajir is gone. So is this human. So the humans up top will also start to converge towards Savannah and Aximili. There's actually one right beside Aximili that's going to turn around and punch at him because he doesn't have a Dracon Beam. A 3 will not hit Aximili. Nobody else is close enough. So it's Aximili's turn, and he'll just try to fluck this dude up. I don't know why I said fluck, but I did. As he smacks him with one side of his blade, the human guard looks dazed and like his eyes roll back for a second, but he's still standing. So Aximili comes back across with the flat side of his blade.
With advantage because he's dazed?
Okay. With advantage because he's dazed. And knocks him out. Savannah. Aximili moves closer towards you and kind of like takes a position in front of the area that you crawled into to get into this generator. And it's your turn.
Very first thing she's going to do is be like, Aximili, are you still okay to cover me? You're not in any trouble? You're doing okay?
I have taken a few Dracon Beams, but I am okay.
Okay, then I'm going to keep trying to speed up this demorph and remorph. And she's going to keep trying to get small, get back to human as fast as she can. So concentration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, that speeds you up significantly. Like, so what that means is, since you rolled so high, this would make you normally 4 rounds in, which is, I don't know, whatever. You're 1 round away from being fully demorphed. Instead of it taking the end of your next turn, at the beginning of your next turn, you will be fully human.
The only other thing that she is going to do, she's basically trying to make sure that she is tucking herself back into the small recesses of this generator so that if Aximili has to move away from her, he feels okay about just going because she's hidden well enough.
Yeah. So that is to speed up your morph. We'll call it a bonus action since you're already initiated the morph. So you still have a movement and an action.
Okay, and I'm human now? Or not until the beginning of my next turn?
You are mostly human. Maybe you have like a trunk still and your hands don't work.
Little
just
noodle still slurping into her face. Tiny little gray trunk noodle. That's horrifying. You're welcome. The weird like elephant toenails that still like bubble up over your fingers that look like some sort of weird... Have you ever seen gross diseased fingernails from too many manicures? Anyways, moving on. Oh, poor Austin.
Literally was watching gross manicure videos yesterday.
Yeah. Gingerbread nails.
I'm Nate the Hoof Guy.
Disgusting. Okay, cool. Then if I still have an action, I am going to do one more thing, and that is for Aximili, I'm going to use Rally and Alley and give him some hit points back.
Nice.
I know it's spelled that way, but I hate what you just did.
It's because Austin does it. I know it's Rally and Ally, but Austin every time says Rally and Ally. But yeah, she's just going to do that to Aximili by just saying like, all right, I'm going as fast as I can. Hang in there, but if you got to get out of here, go. And that's her Rally and Ally. Creature your choice you can see within range, hit points equal to 1d10 plus your wisdom modifier. So I guess I roll it and then add wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. 6 plus 9.
You see him just take a deep breath, hold his ground. Next up is the Hork-Bajir. So we'll make this one down here move closer. And the one up here we'll see if he has enough movement to get to Aximili now that he sees him. He does. Good thing you gave him those hit points. Because he'll get right here and... He's faced towards Aximili, so he does not see you. Yet, Savannah. Multi-attack. 2 claw attacks. First one.
Misses.
22 hits for 8. Second claw attack. 7 misses. So as he comes up from behind Aximili, he scratches him in the back, and Aximili turns his stalk eyes to see him and bats his second attack away with his tail. Attacks and have moved. Kamren, up, he'll let out a roar and try to bite this Hork-Bajir in front of him. He misses. The Hork-Bajir manages to get his Dracon Beam in between Kamren's teeth as Kamren then takes a claw attack at him. Oh, I don't think that'll hit either. It misses too. So while he's got this Dracon Beam in Kamren's mouth, Kamren swings his big polar bear paw and the Hork-Bajir ducks underneath it. Zach.
Okay, so how far above one of these observation windows am I?
About 10 feet.
I'm going to go ahead and move the M16 off my back into one of my feet hands. Just gonna climb on down and drop below the top of the window and look in there.
You see two humans look up at you. One of them kind of has like a lab coat on, and a Hork-Bajir looks at you as well.
Okay. Does it look like regular glass?
It looks pretty thick.
Doesn't look like a force field. It's not glowing.
No, it's not glowing or anything.
I'm gonna just look in there and then with my feet pick the gun up and shoot at the window. Try to break it.
All right, so just roll a dexterity. You're not proficient in guns, right?
No.
Yeah, so you just don't. It's a dexterity check.
Okay. That's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
That's absolutely... I want everyone at home to know that I rolled a 2 and a 1. The 1 doesn't count.
Yeah, the 1 doesn't count. So the DC for like a regular door is 5. I'm going to say that the DC for glass is 3. So you still hit it, but these bullets, they don't break through it. They just like put these little dents in it. Like, you know, when a window starts to crack just a little bit. Yeah, so it just, you think that if you shot it again, it might do some, like you might be able to get through, but this first round didn't get through. It's reinforced.
Have I been able to overhear Savannah and Axe's thought speak?
That's if she was projecting it.
I think she would have opened that up in case, asking if he was good, in case he said no, because that is like a thing that everybody would know. But when she used the rally an ally, that would be private thought speak to him.
Okay, so do you think, Austin, that I can hear them from where I'm at?
Yeah.
And do I think that Savannah could hear me?
It would be faint.
With my linguist feat, do I know enough Garfnash to tell these Yeerks to hit the button to lower the blast shield?
Let's go ahead and make a check for this. So we'll give you a little, so make an intelligence check.
Okay.
And I'll say if you pass it, we'll say a 13 or higher, you have picked up a little bit from the Hork-Bajir Chronicles story that was told to you.
Intelligence, I'm going to use Zach's intelligence, which is a little bit higher than the orangutan's. I don't. It's an 8. Roll20 is really just giving me 1s and 2s and 4s and 5s. That's really cool. I'm still going to yell at Savannah. Hey, are we still radio silence with these guys? Like, could I just ask them to lower the blast shield, or is that a bad call?
Ooh, good question. Because a lot of our plans still hinge on them. So then I think she's just going to really quick go, Aximili, feed him the line.
Lower the blast shield or perish.
Okay. I'm going to direct this at the two controllers. There's a human and a Hork-Bajir? That's all that's in there?
2 humans and a Hork-Bajir.
Oh, sorry, 2 humans and a Hork-Bajir. Sitting in a tree. I'm going to... and they're poly. Oh my god, they're roommates.
They're fully rendered.
Listen,
instead of
listen.
poly. That's good. That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
The joke was good, but that's not where my brain went first.
Nope. Lower the blast shield or perish.
They look. Give me an intimidation.
I don't get a performance check?
I mean, I think they believe you're an Andalite.
Okay.
Yeah, but did you hear the voice?
No, that was good. Good roleplay.
That's Axe. Thanks. Yes, and...
It's almost as good as when you drank the coffee that one time.
Listen, a lot of Zach's activities do seem like I'm just checking out of the improv, but he's also just checking out of the action. Zach takes a nap. That's that's what he's doing anyway. Damn, I wish I had advantage. It's a 22.
The human, like, instinctively, their hand goes towards the button, but the Hork-Bajir grabs it with their claw. Now, you pass this check, so there's going to be some, like, repercussions with this, but they will not just turn this shield off just because you said it. I'll say once you get in with the humans, at least, you have advantage on attacking them because they're kind of cowering a little bit.
You would think the human brain in there would be like, oh, fuck, an orangutan with an M16. So, I would be afraid.
Dylan.
I'm gonna keep moving. No, this panel that I've found, I'm gonna try and use my big old monkey paw and, or ape paw, and pry it open.
Yeah. Roll a strength check. That is enough for you to pull this panel and you see, like, immediately inside there's wires, but you can see this goes into the ship a little bit, like at least into the body of the ship.
Cool. I'm gonna pull them wires.
All right. Easy enough. You pull the wires and they snap, and then you hear a new alarm because you're down here and you do hear an alarm going off in this area. But another alarm starts to sound within the ship.
Cool.
Anything else?
Yeah, after I do that, I am going to move toward the back end of the ship.
As you, like, take, like, a few gorilla hops back this way, over your shoulder, you see the clawed hands get on top of the ship and begin to push themselves up as the Hork-Bajir with the green sash moves closer towards you. So I'll call it 10 feet for him to climb up, so he cannot get to you. So his movement gets him here. With a double movement, the Hork-Bajir basically gets, like, right in front of you.
Okay.
But that is his turn. The humans up top, Savannah, you can see him like through Aximili as you see him, like, going toe to toe with this Hork-Bajir now. You see Taxon and a human on, like, the southern end of the open platform, and they're moving closer towards you and Aximili. Aximili will take some swings at this Hork-Bajir that's now right beside him. First attack is a 25, which hits. Second attack is a 13, which misses. He slices into the Hork-Bajir, and then the Hork-Bajir backs up a little bit, so his second attack doesn't hit him. And it is your turn, Savannah. You are fully demorphed.
She's going to try to slam into her next morph as fast as she can.
Yeah, action to start it. If you want to use your bonus to try to speed it up, roll it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That does speed it up. So what is the first change that happens?
The first change that happens as she's looking out and she's seeing Aximili fighting the Hork-Bajir, and she's seeing more enemies sort of come onto the battlefield, is her forearms kind of shoot out into the big scythe blades, and she starts getting claws on her hands as she starts turning into a Hork-Bajir.
Hell yeah. And as you see those blades, like, you look at your arms and see those blades come out, you look up and you see those same blades swing towards Aximili. First attack, it seems to hit very well. Aximili actually takes the claw to the face. And the second attack, as he's kind of blinded by his main eyes getting raked, an elbow blade stabs into his abdomen area. Let's see how good he's doing after that. Not great. Aximili almost, like, his top torso doubles over as he gets stabbed.
I mean, if she's seeing that, she's just going to tell him, move, just move.
I can't. Disengaging from the enemy would just prolong this. I need to take him out.
If you need to reestablish where you are, then you need to do that.
As, like, the blood kind of trickles down his main eyes, he focuses his stalk eyes in on the Hork-Bajir. Yeah, the Taxon and the human move as you see them coming around, and now it's back to Kamren, who missed this Hork-Bajir last time. Oh wait, it's the Hork-Bajir's turn. That's right, because he hasn't went yet. He's got a Hork-Bajir in his face, or a polar bear in his face, And he's moved forward, so now Mytaya is within range. So he's going to shoot his Dracon Beam in a straight line, and they need to make some dex saves. So Mytaya succeeds, so she'll take half damage, and Kamren fails, so he'll take full damage. All right, and that Hork-Bajir will just square off with Kamren again, and Kamren will take some swings at him. He tried to bite him first. He misses him again as his right paw is gone from this Dracon Beam hitting him, and he's limping on the side and he falls down. But he swings his other paw, his other claw, and hits. He's mad, he roars and just hits him, and the beak of the Hork-Bajir falls off, and then the rest of the body crumples.
Slap the beak off.
And he'll start to limp back. I think he'll limp back towards Mytaya. Zach.
As best I can while hanging from this rock, I'm going to shrug at the controllers inside this room, and then I'm going to fire my gun again. If at all possible, I'm going to try to aim it so that if I break through the window with the first bullet, one of the later bullets will hit this Hork-Bajir.
Okay. You'll still be attacking the window, and you have to roll enough damage to break the window, and we'll see what happens after that. So
dexterity check. I got a 19.
3d8.
And then I roll /R 3d8.
These bullets hit this glass, and the cracks start to spread.
Alright, well, I have extra attack, and I should have used it last time.
As you shoot this first shot, you do see the Hork-Bajir reach down and pull out a Dracon Beam. You still have your extra attack.
18.
Hit. So whatever, you have 2 more damage you need to do, or 3 more damage you need to do. The rest of it, that'll hit the Hork-Bajir, so 16 damage to the Hork-Bajir.
I'm going to yell at Aximili. I need to tell them you don't want to end up like him. How would I say that?
Tell them that they will all meet the same fate if they don't listen to you.
Okay, and then at these 2 human controllers that are still in the room. You will meet the same fate if you do not listen to me.
All right, roll an intimidation check, and this will be whether they're going to attack you or do something else to try to prevent you from hurting
They
them.
were already scared. Is this an advantage?
I'll
Because
give you
they're already scared.
an advantage, yes.
All right. Fucking 18.
They look panic, and they both look to each other and look to the Hork-Bajir, who's like now like pointing the Dracon Beam at you with one arm, but like holding his chest to try to stop bleeding from the second one.
I thought he died. I hit him with 17.
I will say this one looks a little bit more hardier than the other ones. Not as hardy as those red sashed or green sashed Hork-Bajirs that you've seen.
What color is his sash?
He has no sash.
Ooh, a rare sashless Hork-Bajir.
Anything else? Movement?
If the window's broken, I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I think I'm probably better where I'm at. I was going to move, but... No, I'm good.
All right. Dylan, you have a Hork-Bajir right in your face.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, Dylan is gonna thought speak to the room at large, just friends, just the party, and say, hey, have you guys ever seen Mission Impossible Fallout? And then cock her arms like Henry Cavill does in that bathroom scene, and is going to go ahead and try and hit this guy.
An 11. I don't think
Did the cocking the fist give me advantage?
No, it didn't. This Hork-Bajir looks pretty nimble, and as you swing your first fist, he just dodges to the right.
Hang on, he dodges to the right. Cool. I like that. Awesome, fantastic. Let me look at something really quickly.
I don't know if we're allowed this yet, but in my fantasy land of D&D, I like to imagine that when Dylan said that, she just felt the faint confusion from Savannah through like the thought speak emotion of just slight confusion. Have you guys ever seen this movie? Huh?
What? All right. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make my second attack.
He's got you figured out as he dodges the other way from the second hit.
Well, fuck this guy. She's gonna think to everybody, it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help. Just in case anybody was wondering. And I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
It's a opposed athletics or acrobatics check.
Yeah, so let's do... I'm just going to use monkey strength. God.
Yeah, you try to like reach out to like pull him into your grip, and he just kind of jumps and puts like a hand on your head as he jumps and just clears your arms.
Okay.
This guy came for fucking business. And as he like squares up against you, everybody hears, "I've been locked out. I must try to re-access the terminal." Mytaya failed her check that I didn't give her last turn, so her turn is coming up. So when she goes quick, audience, don't at me. Next up right now is this green sashed Hork-Bajir. As he lands, he's gonna take a claw attack on you, Dylan. A 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And it's only 8. But as like that claw comes down as like in like your lower jaw, it hits you, your eyes close for just a second. As you open them, you see a tail blade shooting towards your face. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
All right, so it slams right into your nose for 8 more slashing. And as you like, your head bobbles back from that and you regain some sense of a dazed kind of stance here, another claw swings at you for 15 as it goes to the other side of your face for 7 piercing.
Cool. That sucks.
But that is its turn. And Mytaya will try to get back in to lock the doors as she starts going to work on this terminal. That'll do it. So she's in, and yeah, she has access to the terminals. And the first thing she does is lock the doors to this area. So that's done. I have secured this room. I will begin working on the blast shield now. Next up is the humans. The ones in the observatory place up here that you're looking at, Zach, one of them scrambles away from the computer seeing you there and starts to head this way. They will move through a stairwell that you see over here in the top left of this room. This human moves down, starts to move down that stairwell. This one will hurriedly like lean into the Hork-Bajir, but start to like try to access this terminal real quick to divert people into here. I'll give him disadvantage on his check, which canceled out a natural 20. So a 6. And you see like as she scrambles to type on this computer, you see like access denied come up on the screen. The humans up top, Savannah, you will see them, one of them come around the corner of this platform now, and pull out a sidearm, a pistol, and try to shoot Aximili. I think it has disadvantage because it's so far away. A 14 will hit. 7 piercing damage to Aximili. That drops him. You see Aximili take a gunshot and drop to the ground. Aximili's up. He needs to roll a death save. He succeeds. Savannah's up.
Can I use Rally an Ally with him again? I can use it a number of times equal to my wisdom modifier, so I still have 2 more uses of it. So good? Okay. So she's absolutely going to be thought speaking to him. Get up, get out of here, preserve yourself. That's an order. And then she's going to use Rally an Ally. And it's going to be this plus 3. 8.
And you see, like, as soon as he drops and you say that into his head, his eyes blink back open. First his main eyes with blood in them, and then one of his stalk eyes, and then the other. Yes, Prince Savannah. Anything else?
She wants to push her morph, but I think that was the action, so I think there's nothing else she can do other than taking her round of morphing.
Rally and allies in action. We said once you're in morph, pushing your morph is a bonus action, so you can try to push your morph as well if you want.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, she absolutely does.
Unfortunately, with all of this going on, it's just harder to do. So you do get your 3 in now. You're 3 rounds in.
About halfway, right?
Yeah, so you need 2 more rounds, I think.
So she's mostly Hork-Bajir at this point, correct?
Right.
So I still have movement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the humans are coming in. Aximili's there. There's that Hork-Bajir that he's been fighting that's still up, but looking pretty poorly.
Yeah, he's looking pretty beat up.
2 more rounds left. I mean, I think Savannah's desperate enough that what she's going to do is bust out of this engine, like literally like towards Aximili, and it's both to an absolute move towards Aximili as if she is fighting with the Hork-Bajir, but also to be like, now you have an ally right on the other side of him if you're shooting, right? So it's like a total play.
Roll a deception check.
Why? Haven't I rolled enough?
You'll be rolling this whole game.
Yeah.
Let me give him a insight check.
Fucking
Natural
Jesus
20.
God.
So he sees like your mouth still turning into a beak, and he knows that you're an Andalite. Or what? What? An Andalite doesn't have a mouth that turns into another mouth. So he does look a little confused, but he's aware of what you are. He will turn though to you and attack.
Yeah. Either way, it's working in some capacity to get the heat off Axe.
So first attack is an 11 to hit.
Ooh, great question. Suck it, nerd.
Suck it, nerd. Okay. What about a 15?
It meets.
Which it beats. So you'll take 7 as his first claw misses you, but his second finds purchase. And this Hork-Bajir down at the bottom jumps over the corner of this pit and lands here, and then moves a little bit forward. But the humans and Taxons aren't that fast, so they get there. Kamren's up. He's going to finish making the way to, as far as he can, to Mytaya and say, "Where are the crystals?" And she like nods down to a bag that's on the ground. Zach, there's a Hork-Bajir in front of you pointing a Dracon beam at you, and as like your vision kind of tunnels to the barrel of the Dracon beam, roll a dexterity save.
Okay. 11.
That beats. As you take half damage. 4. I'll say that wasn't hard enough to knock you off or anything. So you, like, it singes your side as you hang on with one arm.
Cool. So I didn't like that. I shoot him with my gun. 18.
18 hits. So it's 3d8.
11.
Yeah, he's riddled with bullets, but he's still standing.
Where is this button?
You see a console with a bunch of buttons on it.
Okay, there's not an obvious big red button.
There is, but who knows what that does.
Okay. I'm trying
Sometimes
to do things.
when the GM puts a big red button in front of you, you just gotta slam it.
Oh, I'm gonna. That'll be what I do. But I still want this controller to do it. And I feel like if I get rid of the Hork-Bajir, the controller will do it. I'm gonna attack again. If I were to swing the rifle at the Hork-Bajir, I would get to use my bruiser thing and Savage Attacker, which lets me roll higher damage.
Yeah.
And it's an improvised weapon.
You would need to move at least 18 feet, but yeah.
Which I can do. Am I going to pass? I'll pass the human controller when I do that.
He won't get an opportunity attack because you'll still be in his range.
So I'm going to jump in there and swing the rifle at him, using the butt of it as club, so that makes it an improvised weapon. So now I'm proficient with that. And I'm not just trying to game the system, I'm also, when I move, trying to step on the big red button to do both things.
I'm going to say because of the importance of it, it'll be an action to do that. So you won't be able to do it this round. Yeah. They're also trying to prevent you, like if you get close enough to the computer.
Okay, so that's, I'll have to like find a dude. So it's a 10. Well,
A 10, like as you swing the gun in, he just grabs it in the air and pushes you back, and you kind of like swing back out the window, but back in. And I think that's a bonus action. Do you have anything?
So I'm just going to try to give Dylan some bonus points. Some temporary bonus points.
What do you say to her?
I'm coming your way in a minute, Dylan. I just got to handle some stuff over here. You get 6 more temporary bonus points.
All right. With that, Dylan, you're up.
I'm gonna disengage, and I'm gonna head toward the edge of the ship.
Anything for a bonus?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Where I am right now, I'm gonna look for some sort of nice little crack or crevice that looks like it could maybe harbor a crystal.
Easy enough. There is. a place there.
Yeah, I'm gonna wedge that in there very carefully, trying not to break it with my body.
Okay. You got it locked into this crevice here.
Sweet.
Just as you finish lodging it in, you hear from behind you as the Hork-Bajir comes up and swings a claw. I guess you hear Garfnash. Makes sense. 15 to hit.
Cool. I want him to re-roll that.
Nice. Is that luck?
Yeah.
22.
I'll take the lower one.
7 piercing.
I fall backward off the edge of the ship.
All right, yeah. You guys notice Dylan drop right here as the Hork-Bajir looks around.
Wait, did that kill you?
I'm down.
Or was that even with the 6 bonus points it just gave you?
Yeah, that was exactly 7.
You had
I
one?
Had exactly 7.
Fuck, man.
I'll say Mytaya is looking at the terminal, so she doesn't notice this right away. Kamren is leaning down to pick up the bag with his mouth, so he doesn't notice it either. But Mytaya will try to hack into the system, so she needs to get into the system, like the deeper security stuff, find where she can turn the shield down, and then turn the shield down. So she needs to do 3 things, and she can use her action or bonus action to do each one. So her first one, she's gonna have to get into the right system, and this is a pretty high check. She's gonna need a 17. So she does. Her second, she tries it again. 2 successes. I'll say she gets in and finds the place. Okay, I am in the right place. And she looks up and sees the gorilla spread out. And she's Dylan. But her time is up.
Can I take a free action out of turn to yell back at Mytaya?
What? Yeah. What do you say?
Focus up. I'm gonna handle her in a second.
She looks panicked from what you can see of her, but she does her stalk eyes are focused where Dylan is. Her main eyes.
I need you to lock in, bro. Lock in.
Her main eyes are on the terminal. This human now seeing this orangutan in his face. He can't get to the terminal with you right there, so he's just gonna take a swing with disadvantage because he's scared. A 1.
So he breaks his hand.
Human up top is gonna see the Andalite down, moving a little bit closer, and shoot his pistol at the Hork-Bajir. Actually, I'm gonna give him an insight check. He's just moving forward, and you see him, Savannah, moving his pistol back and forth between you and the other Hork-Bajir. He's confused even more than this other guy. And that's it for the humans. Aximili, seeing this, will leap up. You gave him an order, so he'll disengage as his action and move away. And then the Taxon keep. You see them kind of trying to wiggle between the generator and where the platform is dropped, and it's really sketchy for them. So they have to move at half speed, at their already slow speed. They just get to here. This human moves up some. This Hork-Bajir moves up. Aximili disengages, and we'll say he moves into this little doorway so he can have cover from the guy shooting the pistol. So you're up.
Okay. I will have a question in a second, but I'm going to tell you what I want to do first and then ask you my question. So what Savannah wants to do at this point is just first thing thought speak to Aximili and just say, can you escape from here and then get back to the tunnels and meet me down there?
He says, I will try.
Savannah's told him to get out of here, given him the orders. She is going to use her action then to disengage with this Hork-Bajir. And she's going to get down into that open floor space and using her Hork-Bajir climbing skills, going to kind of down.
So yeah, you can make it 10 feet down climbing with getting away from this guy and everything.
I want to use climbing very loosely. Sliding with style.
So basically, you're 90 feet up in the air. You can drop, the last thing you can do on your action is a free action to let go. But other than that, I think you've used all your stuff.
Climb is 40. I think, yeah, she'll...
If it's 40, you have 20 more feet down, or 10 more feet down.
Okay, 20 feet down total. I gotcha. I mean, she's like, it's letting go, but it's not like letting go and pushing into the middle. It's like letting go and sliding down the wall. Is that...
You're going to have to monkey bar to get to a wall. Like, the platform, if you look on this map that you're on, goes straight down from where you're climbing, but this room extends out more to the right and left.
Gotcha. Then she's sticking by the wall. Okay. It's not a straight shoot. It's a sort of curve on the thing. Okay. Yeah, she's sticking by the wall for now.
All right. Next up is the Hort Vizier. The one that just seen you do that is going to go to the edge of this thing, look down, see you still kind of climbing down, and he'll take...
It's curved, so good luck, baby. I'm slightly covered. I'm behind cover.
He's going to take the rest of his movement to move towards you, and you guys are going to fight hanging here. So this Hort Vizier is hanging right beside you, and while he's hanging with one hand, he swings one of his claws at you. 18 to hit.
Yeah, dude.
5 piercing, and as he like swings back, he swings forward again and takes a second attack. 11.
Nah, dude.
He misses this one. Attacks and keep moving. Hort Vizier in front of Zach. He will take another Dracon Beam at point blank range.
I got a 21.
A 21 is half damage. So you take 12 half to 6. Savannah, you also see another Hort Vizier starting to climb down on the other side. That one's like 60 to 70 feet away from you, but they're starting to climb down as well. Kamren will grab the bag and move his full speed towards the barrier, but he doesn't do anything else. He stands there and readies an action to move forward. Zach.
All right. Zach's mad. I'm going to hit this Hort Vizier with the rifle again. As I'm doing it, this is an intimidation thing for sure. I am yelling at the human, I told you to lower the blast shield! And I'm hitting him twice.
Roll it up.
And I'm improving the Andalite speech at this point. Hopefully that's sufficient. 20, dirty.
20 hits. You knock him out. Or kill him, whatever you want to do.
Okay, so I do 13 damage to him. I knock his beak off. Alright, so I hit him the first time, and I'm about to hit him again, and I just turn to the human, and I have the rifle raised.
I'll say this. I mean, you know what his goals are. It's to save that ship, to make sure that nothing happens to the ship. It would... I don't know if you'd be able to... And you can roll the intimidation check to try if you want.
This dude's been scared twice. I understand that totally he has got orders. Yeerks are pieces of shit, though. And they will save their own skin. So that's where I'm trying to... Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to use Commanding Presence this time as well. So this is me trying to scare him. When you make a Charisma, Intimidation, or Performance or Persuasion check, you can expend one superiority die and add the superiority die to the ability check.
Okay, cool.
It's a nat 20. But add another d6, or d8 rather.
Do you want to roll that?
I mean, I can.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it, because I'm going to make him roll a save.
It's a 6. So it's a nat 26 on a d20.
Well, that would be a 32.
Technically.
He nat 1.
He points to the button and he says, "It's that one. Please don't kill me, don't kill me," as he backs away.
Does he at least shit his pants?
He does shit his pants.
Let me ask this question. Is it a big red button?
Yeah.
So, all I need to do is hit it.
Yeah, you have a movement and a bonus action left.
Cool. Then I'm going to use my bonus to rally Dylan again.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell, "I know which button it is. I'm almost there." Fuck, it's only a 5. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's enough to wake me up before you go.
Or up inside, whichever you want.
Dylan's up.
I would like to look around me on the ground for any sort of like wrench, anything like that. Oil
rock?
can,
A rock?
a rock that has fallen onto this platform.
Roll a perception check. You do see that there are some tools here. There's some tools that they use to work on the ships and stuff.
I'm gonna grab one of those. let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those and move to the edge of the platform.
So that is your movement. You still got an action and a bonus.
I'm gonna hold my action
Okay.
for now.
Any certain trigger, or you just?
Can I have 2 triggers? Is that possible? Because, like, if this Hork-Bajir comes down at me, I want to hit him. But if the blast shield goes down, I want to throw this tool.
Yeah. So are you readying it? So as far as the hit goes, do you want to throw it at him because he is moving towards you on his turn, or you want to wait till he gets within melee?
I'm not throwing the tool at him. I'm gonna hit him with myself.
Okay. All right. So it's his turn, and he will move towards you. So once he gets there, make your swing. 24 hits
Sweet.
for 9 bludgeoning. Second attack, 18 hits for 6 more. Like he jumps towards you, and you just put a little 2-piece in his face real quick as he swings his claws at you.
And I think to everybody, hey guys, don't cock your arms. Works better.
Don't what, my arms?
That's a natural 20.
Oh, I bet he's gonna get everything he wants.
Wouldn't that be nice if you get to
Wouldn't
do
that be
everything
nice if
you
you could just
want?
get to do everything you wanted?
Hang on. Is a different turn. So what I'm gonna do is I believe that I am going to roll for him. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for him.
All right.
So you let me just that would be what? I just roll a 20. That's it. I just roll a d20. There you go. You can have that.
That's a 14 versus your AC.
Ah, fuck. Well, at least it's not a nat 20.
Yeah. So a D4 plus 3. Less damage.
Nice. Okay. Still up.
5, and then a second claw attack.
Shit.
A 9 to hit.
Nope. Suck it. Suck it, nerd.
He swings his tail around for his last attack. Natural 1.
His tail falls off.
He stabs himself.
It hits into the side of this platform, and he just pulls it free and looks at you just menacingly.
I thought for sure it was going to stick there in a very plot devicey kind of way.
Mateo, make a check. I have not been able to drop the blast shield. I will try one more time.
I've got it.
I am locked out. I do not believe that we can bring it down from here.
Yeah, I've got it. It's fine.
And Matea's turn is over. Aximili takes one last look at Savannah, or where Savannah was, and runs. He's out of the fight.
For now.
That's a fan art. I want that fan art. I want Axe looking sad and running away more than anything.
Oh, I'll be back.
No, I know. It's just so moving. It's an emotional piece. I'm excited about it.
Okay, Austin. I'm pretty high up there, but I have like a bird's eye view of the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use rally the troops. That's going to be her action. She's just going to try to thought speak to everybody on the team and just say, we got to get this and we got to get out of here. And like, that's going to be her like call to action to get everybody to do this. So she's going to roll. Please don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Don't. So everybody gets 11 hit points.
Thank you.
Am I one of the creatures? Can I do it to me? I have up to 6.
Yeah.
And I too will be a creature that I rally. It's just thoughts speak to me. Come on, do better.
Anything else?
I don't know that I can do much else. Right? Because that's an action, correct? I guess just keep moving.
All right, so there is a Hork-Bajir right beside you. If you move, you'll take an opportunity attack.
Yeah, fine. I'll stay, I guess.
I mean, he's also going to attack you on his turn anyway.
Yeah, but I could take 2 attacks then, correct? Instead of just the one on his turn? Because he'd get the opportunity and then he'd get the one on his turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
His turn. First attack. The claw for 18 to hit.
Yep.
5 piercing and second attack. 12 to hit.
Nada.
So he misses the second attack. Is there any other regular Hork-Bajir? There's the one that's up top that's climbing down. So he's way down here. Hork-Bajir done. Taxon can't do anything. They're up top and they're not coming down. Kamren, ready in it, his stuff still. Zach, the human that's in here, takes the rest of his turn to move away from you.
All right, and I hit him.
All right, roll it up.
Do you know how lucky Austin is that like we don't like live in the same place? Because he'd be like, "Oh, can
No.
you grab me that thing?" And I'd be like, "Mechanics, sorry."
Mechanics. I don't have any more action.
Can you roll for it?
Can you
Roll a
it?
persuade.
Hey, hand me the remote. Oh, I'm sorry, you just don't have enough to do that.
You nat one. I'm actually gonna throw it at your face.
That's a nat 20 again. So roll 20 has finally done everything I wanted it to do. Tell me that this puts his face into the button in a way that presses it.
The whole blast shield just disappears. That will trigger Cameron's held action. So Kamren will move forward, 20 to get there, 10 to climb up. So he is right in the face with this Hork-Bajir. And as his mouth opens and roars, over here, as he's like hanging off, you see there's a strap on his bottom chin and there's a bag hanging, Dylan. And he'll attack. So he bites at this Hork-Bajir and you see the bag swing as he does it for 21 to hit, 10 piercing. And as he like gets his back foot up on this platform, he swings with his claw as he like is off balance for just a second. 18 will hit as well for 11 slashing. So that's 21 altogether. This Hork-Bajir is bleeding this green and reddish liquids out of his body, but he's still up. Zach.
I move 40 feet. I'm gonna use my action to dash. Difficult terrain does not affect me, if that matters at all. How high off the ground is this?
25 feet.
Okay. I have a climb speed of 30. Does that help? It's actually 40 now because of mobile.
You get down there and have 15 feet left. You get to the bottom. Dash is 40. Yeah.
And I'm going to use inspiration and give Dylan inspiration, which is a D10. You get a D10.
Dylan.
She's gonna think to the guys on the platform, "We ready for a big boom?"
Yes, do it.
Yep.
And she's gonna throw the tool.
Roll a dexterity check. Your tool slow motion flips end over end and hits directly on this crystal. Roll 8d6 and a dexterity save.
So that's 26. And then a dex save.
The green sash Hork-Bajir will take full damage and get cooked. Kamren will take half damage.
I got 20.
All right, so you'll take half damage as well.
And I'm going to use my reaction to use infectious inspiration now that inspiration die has been rolled, and Kamren now has one.
Okay. 26 halved is 13. This Hork-Bajir goes flying off. I'm going to say that Kamren used his body to shield the rest of the crystals. He does fall off the platform and down to the ground. He doesn't take any extra damage, but he's not up there. That was your action.
Then I'm gonna move to the back of the ship.
All right. You see as like the smoke's starting to clear, there's this big dent in the side of it. You haven't busted all the way through yet, but it did some pretty hefty damage to this thing.
Shit. Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna think, I didn't get through.
You hear, fuck, I got some more crystals. 1 second. I will assist as well, now that the blast shield is down. She gets the Kamren and takes the crystals from him and springs up to try to get up onto this platform. So she'll need to make an athletics check, because she can't really climb well. I'll say that's good enough for her to get to just to climb up to use the rest of her movement. So she did dash to get here, but she has the crystals in her hand.
Could I have used the rest of my movement to move back to the edge?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. so I'm back there next to her.
Humans scramble around in places that you can't see them. Except this one, Zach, down here, as you see this guy's moving towards you on the platform.
Okay.
He was a little sleeper cell. He uses his full movement, though.
That's a powerful Yeerk, getting a human to run at a monkey with a gun that was just at an
He also has a Dracon Beam.
Nice Yeerk.
That's Mytaya, human, Savannah.
Savannah is going to give everything she can, movement, action, bonus action, whatever she can throw at it, to just slice across that Hork-Bajir's arms while he's hanging there.
As you're looking at him, you see that his, like, the tendons in his arms are showing, and he has a slash across his chest. Aximili did some damage to him.
Of course he did. He's good at what he does, and he's a great member of the team.
23 hits. He's still hanging on as you, like, are barely able to take purchase in his with his swing. He's hanging on with one hand, and you have advantage on the attack.
Okay.
But as you swing your tail, as he's like hanging on with one arm, you manage to sink your tail blade deep into his hand, and he's stuck there, just hanging by just your blade into his hand. And when you pull it back,
You made me Scar to Mufasa him?
Brother! No!
Long live the king.
Somebody? Anybody?
oh no.
Don't you fucking dare. How dare you?
So that was your action.
Well, then I will move.
40 more feet down.
Huzzah.
That puts you 40 feet from the ground.
Okay.
You have a bonus action. I don't know if there's anything you can do.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to leave it at that, unless I can use like my final rally and ally as a bonus. This one's gonna be directed at Kamren, and she's just gonna be like, watch the crystals and hang in there.
Got it. You do see this other Hork-Bajir with the Dracon Beam strapped to his back, swinging towards you, like monkey bar style.
Okay. He gets 11.
Okay, so Hork-Bajir turn. As he moves towards you, that one's dead. Savannah, as you're hanging over the side of your shoulder, you hear like a pressure release, and then the sound of metal doors sliding open as the doors to the ship have now opened, and 2 Hork-Bajir move out of it.
We don't like that.
As she sees that coming, she'll just be saying, east side of the ship, the doors just open, Hork-Bajir are coming out, everybody be careful.
You see those two in the middle of this, of you saying this. You notice one more figure emerge. You see a Hork-Bajir. As they step out, their green scales have little mushrooms growing all over them. And they seem to carry a little satchel, maybe like a Hork-Bajorn around their chest, as each steps out of the ship, along with Taxon.
And we know exactly what each looks like because of Mytaya's telling us, correct?
Right.
So I think the next part of this, as each steps out of the ship, is just this, like, Savannah's still broadcasting to her team, but it's a very much like, and the Hork-Bajir from the, it's each? It's very much like she's thinking it through and she's broadcasting it, but she doesn't believe what she's saying.
She like hunkers down and joins the fight.